Hello my friends, today we learn how we can build application Spring Boot with the RESTful API. After how we can do some documentation with Open API. In the last we see how we can do some transformation our application with adding the layer DTO, data transfer object. So for creation application Spring Boot we learn to go to Spring initializer. Here we have in this website how we can build our application. So we have in the project Gradle or Maven. I choose Maven. The language Java, Kotlin or Groovy. I select Java. The version is of Spring Boot. I choose 2.7.7. And in the project metadata here we can customize our project, the name of application, bank account service, the same for artifact. I cancel here in packaging name. So for the group I take point example, the packaging jar or var. I take jar and the version of Java 17. So here I add some dependence like Spring Web, JPA, Lombok and DevTools, MySQL for connection with my database, REST repository, and I do my generation to my application. If there's some dependence we can add after in the POM. I do generation and I find here my application, the zip. I take to folder where there is all the project. I see here the per course of all application. So I put here my file. I do extract. So I do all this operation for importing my project to Eclipse. So I do file, import, Maven, existing Maven project. So here I choose my project, bank account service. I find the file POM and finish. I'm waiting here the dependence, so I find the project. I see file POM. I have all information about my project, group ID, artifact ID, the version of snapshot, name of project, the description, and the version of Spring, and the version of Java. So here I find all dependence, JPA, REST, Web, DevTools, Lombok, and MySQL. In the project there is two files, main and test. In the test we find here the a class Java for testing our application, and here in main I find Java for all development Java, and the resource where there is static templates for web development, and the application property for all configuration to my application. So here I start to create the first class in model with name bank account, package model, so I have a private string ID, private date, created date, created account. So I import the package hotel date, I have here the salt, double, and the currency, finally I have this enumeration account type. So I do or I create the enumeration account type, so here we have enum with account type. So here we have current account, and here we have savings account. So let's move to create our JPA and the another package repository, we have here interface account or bank account repository, so this interface extends from JPA repository. So if I see in JPA, I find some method like find all for find all argument, and for save. And if I turn here in this interface, I find other method like find all, or if I turn to CRUD repository, I find the save, find by ID. So JPA repository give to me some method like save, like find, for working in my persistence. So I turn here to my repository, I close this window. So I need here to identify my class, bank account, and the type of ID. So here I need to put the ID for making this ID like ID in the database, and I need to put here entity. So with this annotation, I say make this class like entity in database. Name, or here we have table. Name of this table bank account, I do import for the ID, data. So with annotation I am creating the getter and setter. If we see here, we have all the getter and the setter for our class. So if I do delete for this annotation, I lose all the getter and setter. So I make here data, after I do all args construct for creation one construct with all attribute, and another construction without attribute. So if we see here, this construction without attribute, and finally builder for creation the construct in other class. After, I need to put some information, or I need to see in from our server some information from our application. So I can go to the bank account service application, and here I can to insert some information to our application. So with method command line runner, I can to put here the information. So the name of the method start, but I need here to inject my repository because I do some save here in this method bank account repository, bank account repository. But don't forget to write here bin, because when SpringBboot launch this application, in the first control if there is some annotation like controller or bin or service. If there is this annotation with any method, So in the first time he do the launch for this method start. So here I insert some information, but I need to write return args so we have here bank accounts repository, save all, because I need to insert 10 account. Save all. List of accounts. So here we have a bank account, point wielder, point wield. I need to insert 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for the ID, a string, I write here UUD point random point to string. The type of the account, I can do like this. Mat point random superior 0.5. So my account is current, or account type is saving. For this salt, I can do 10,000 plus mat for random for the date. Right here, new date, and the last for currency, I can put here euro. So I do here a copy for this information and I put here. I do another copy. For the rest of my line. So here I change in dollar. Here I change to USD dollar, and here USD, and this in USD, and the last one in USD, which means dollar. So for show some output in our server, I need to configure in the application properties some line. So I do copy from another project. I take all this information here. I do copy and paste. So I change the name of database, account DB, and the name of port. And I need to create my database in the PHP my admin. So here, new account DB, and I do create. So here I can launch my application, and I can see the server start in the port 8081, and I see here all my information. So if I control here in database, I have account DB and bank accounts, and he find for me, or he get to me all information inserted in this class.